Hello, my name's Phil Ryan and I'm the creator of the Story Hive. I've been a writer and a musician my entire life. And if anybody ever asked me, what made you become a writer, a storyteller? It's possibly my father, the late great Paddy Ryan. He was a stuntman of international repute, film director, actor, and most importantly, raconteur. And so I've decided to dig out this rather old family video that somebody shot of my father, Paddy Ryan, in absolute brilliant mode, entertaining a load of elderly actors and stuntmen, his contemporaries that he'd worked with throughout his entire life. And here he is in the Green Room, which is an actors' stuntman club down in Charing Cross in London, drinking and laughing and smoking, non-PC in those days. But I'm rather proud to see him. There he is. He passed in 1990. But his stories still live on in this little video. And as I said, if I ever wondered, where did I get the ability to tell stories from? Just watch my father in action.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I now call upon fellow member Larry Noble to introduce our guest of honour. Larry Noble.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing up here in front of so large an active audience, I feel a great urge to tell funny stories. I know, you do the funnies, okay. But I won't. I'll just try to tell you a little bit, I'll try to tell you a little bit about our guest, Paddy Ryan. I first met him 30-odd years ago at Danziger Studios in Elstree. Hands up those who worked at Danziger. Yeah. Keep going, boys. There aren't many of us. This one's doing all right. And in Danziger Studios, for those who don't know, it was a really lovely place to work. Everybody worked there. We used to do an episode for a series in 3 days and a feature film for the cinemas in 10 days. We all got paid practically nothing. And we all got paid the same, so there was no funny business about who gets what dressing room or any of that. It was really lovely. And everybody worked there, and everybody is proud to say that they have worked there. Of course, Paddy has worked for every major studio in London, in Rome, he's done a lot. He's understudied everybody from Alan Ladd in The Red Beret to Margaret Lockwood in Cardboard Cavalier. He also doubled for Sid Field in that very same film, didn't he?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
He's been thrown off or dived or jumped off every bridge across Thames. London Bridge, not the one with the houses on it, the one that came after. And he really is a very famous man in stunting, and he has been responsible for many safety measures, which were his own creation, which have been adopted and used ever since throughout, not only here but in Hollywood. They all use Paddy Ryan's safety measures. They're his, and they all use them. And that's one of the reasons why, if you read your Equity Journal, you'll see that he's been awarded the honorary membership of Equity for Life. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love you to meet my very good friend, Paddy Ryan.
I was going to start off unaccustomed as I am. And believe me, I am unaccustomed. But, no, I've been in the picture business for some considerable number of years. In fact, I can remember when the brand of cigar box that you carried your 5 and 9 in was a status symbol. Now, I think we ought to define a stuntman first. A stuntman is a character. I was going to say a person because we do have stunt girls. But it's a character who can take any given hazardous situation in the script and make it photographable. In other words, you know, if you want to go again, he's available. And anyway, also the very first question they ever ask a stuntman is, whatever made you choose to become a stuntman? Or become, sorry. And there's a short answer to it. I didn't. It all happened many years ago at the old Sir Edgar Stoll studios at Cricklewood, which are no longer here. But anyway, I was down there, I was playing a part in a picture, and I finished it. And there was quite a little consternation going on because apparently they had a shot to do of a man being shot off a galloping horse. And there were only 5 stuntmen in the whole of the picture industry at that particular time. And they weren't available. So I said, well, always having an eye to a quick buck, I said, well, I would do this little thing. I did it successfully, I might add. And from that moment on, nobody asked me to act anymore. They just kept phoning me up and pushing me off. Anyway, the thing was that I started many years ago, just after Silence had gone out. Actually, I did make a silent with Novo Knox. But my fondest memories of British International Pictures, which is now known as EMI. But in the days I was filming there, if it rained, you had to stop shooting because the rain on the roof, on the tin roof, used to mug the soundtrack up. Also, we didn't have special effects men in those days. And I was making a picture called Drake of England. And the star of the film was Matheson Lane. Her name rings a bell. And the Queen Elizabeth was played by Anthony Saylor. I forget the name of the heartthrob in it, but the 2 juveniles were quite interesting. One was Henry Mollison, and the other one was a young fellow called Woolfit. But that's not the payoff to the story. The payoff was the lighting cameraman's name was Claude Freeze Green. Yeah, and it's his daddy that's got us into this state. You know. Anyway, as Larry said, I have gone off every bridge up the Thames. I've fought the biggest lion in Europe, a fellow called Simba. I fought countless dogs, police, Alsatians. I fought a terrible thing called a bull mastiff once. I fought a boa constrictor. I have indeed. And I've taken on cars off bridges, and I took a motorbike off the top of Tower Bridge. I am reputed to be the only man that ever caught an aeroplane as it left the runway. That's grabbed the strut and gone up with it, which is free. There's no way you can look on. And I've been burned, I've been set alight, I've been thrown over cliffs and all things, and gone through pub windows and over pub counters in countless barroom brawls. And once again, we get back to the second question I'm always asked, and that is, what is the most dangerous thing you've ever done? Well, this is a bit of an anticlimax, because the most dangerous thing I ever did, Ralph Fiennes directing a picture in the old Warner Brothers studios, when Doc Solomon was studio manager. I had to run into a bathroom, tread on a bar of soap, slip and do a front somersault into an ordinary bath of water. Well, this gives you 1/8 of an inch clearance either end. And it went 5 times. And that is the most terrifying thing I've ever had to do in my life. Anyway, that's enough about old pictures. Then the war started and I marched off to save dear old England. And George Black's chorus girls, they were doing Black Velvet at the time, saw me off. I arrived at Stoughton Barracks and was taken straight to the cells because I was drunk. And that was my army career. Anyway, we got back from Dunkirk, and this was rather funny because they sent us down to do a coastal defence. Now, I was one of the first people, myself and a fellow called Teddy Lindsay, had to defend the coastline of Great Britain from Lydd to Dungeness Point. Well, it's unfortunate at the time that poor old Teddy had what do they call those punctured eardrum things, and I had conjunctivitis. I couldn't see, Teddy couldn't hear. I'm sure if the people of England had been aware of who was guarding the coast, they would have slept a week. But it was me and Ted, and we did a damn good job. We kept them at bay. Anyway, then I got captured on D+8. I was with the 7th Hour Div, and we, you know, they're desert rat people, and we mucked about on the desert. We came home, we did the invasion, and I got captured, and I didn't like it, so I left, and I got back. And then I tried to get back into pictures. That was difficult because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know a soul. So there's me very despondently wandering up and down Shaftesbury Avenue because all the agents used to be there. If you ever saw a doorway in Shaftesbury Avenue in those days, if you went up the stairs to the very top, there was an agent. Any doorway, any staircase, but always at the top. That's where I developed the lungs. Anyway, I couldn't get back in the picture, but Equity very kindly had a bureau for returning ex-service soldiers. They put me into a show with Fred Emney, Tris Anderson and co. And I managed to survive it. A little rusty, but anyway, I still wanted to get back into pictures because that was my life. And I couldn't. I just couldn't. As a matter of fact, I saw a queue outside an agent's office one day, and I fell on the end of it. There were two very scrawny-looking gentlemen standing in front of me. One turned the other and said, "Another bleeding new face." Anyway, I was in the Garrick having a drink, and in came Kenneth Horne, who was in the Wavy Navy, and he asked for the reason for my despondency, and I did inform him that I couldn't get back into pictures, and he said that London Films had kept his contract open, and that I was in because he was out of the Navy in a week's time. Now, this is rather funny, because although Ken liked me, he was still a production manager at heart. And he phoned me up one day and he said, "Paddy, what it cost us to climb up a ladder." And I thought, peculiar. I said, "Kenneth, in studios there are plasterers, chippies, bricklayers, all running up and down ladders. What do you want a stuntman for?" He said, "Oh, I just thought I'd put it your way." I said, "Well, I'd rather see the ladder first." Well, that's the job. Well, we're very glad Gracie allowed it. He said, could you be at Millbank on Sunday morning? So I went there, and there was the largest fire escape in the world. They imported it from Germany because they didn't have one in the British Fire Brigade that was tall enough. Went right past the top of the Shellmax building. And Tony Kimmins was directing, and I walked onto the set and said, hello, Paddy, you can do the ladder for us? And I said, yes. He said, well, what I want you to do is go up it, and when you get to the top, have a little vertigo and sway backwards, fall down and grab the rungs about 6 and dangle. Kenneth Horne, I have never seen such a blush. And I said, and you want me to climb a ladder, Kenneth? He said, all right, write your own check. But as much as he liked me, you know, he was the production manager at heart. He would have got me running up there for a tenner. How expendable can you get? Anyway, I'd like to finish by quoting the stuntman's lament. They said it was a job that couldn't be done. With a smile, he went right to it. He tackled that job that couldn't be done. They couldn't let him do it. Thank you very much. God bless you all. You've been a lovely, lovely lot of people to talk to, because I came here in trepidation, you know. I was shivering in the outer hall. When I got in here, there's this lovely atmosphere, and also damn friendly, and I love the lot of you. Thank you very much indeed.